Okay, literally I've filmed this video probably 4 times, and for whatever reason, it's just not hitting the way that I want it to. So I'm going to try again, and today we're gonna answer the question, how long should you stay at a job in your 20s? Before we jump into the thick of it, I just want you all to know that I'm not going to give you some type of numerical answer. I just find that silly if I give you some type of arbitrary number that is based on random averages, and I have no idea what your given circumstance is, for me to sit there and be like, hey, yeah, you should stay at a job for 5 years, or you should stay at a job for 2 years, or you should stay at a job for 6 months or 2 months. I don't really know. I don't know your given circumstance. What I do know and what I will provide in this video is 4 factors that I think you should consider before making the jump to a different job. Factor number 1, career advancement. You should constantly be asking yourself whether or not you have a clear path to growth and advancement within your career. If you don't, and I mean this, ask the leadership team to show you what that clear path is. And if you still don't have an answer and you're feeling disengaged in your work and you don't feel as if you're being challenged daily, this can be a big signifier that it's time for you to look for a new job opportunity. Factor number 2, company culture. The culture of a company can have a huge impact on whether or not you're satisfied at your job. If we're breaking down the numbers, you honestly probably spend about 33% of your day at work. And if you don't enjoy the culture and you don't enjoy the people that make up that culture, it's probably time that you should start looking for other opportunities and or have a conversation with your boss about ways that you can help the company's culture flourish. Factor number 3, work-life balance. Now, I know work-life balance is a little bit of a trendy topic to speak to. I have a little bit of a different perspective on this. I work my ass off every single day. And I mean that. When I'm not working for my company, I'm doing something for myself. Those things all mesh together, and I'm constantly grinding my ass off. And I think your 20s is a perfect opportunity and perfect time to be able to do that. Now, with that all said, I understand that burnout is a real thing, and I don't think that people need to be putting in 10, 12, 14, 16-hour days in order to be successful. What I would look for in a company or organization that I was vetting out, whether or not it provides a good work-life balance, is how much freedom of responsibility and autonomy do you have to work within yourself. And what I mean by that is, the company more focused on mission completion, or are they more worried about whether or not you're desk sitting and in a space that they can control and see you? I am a person that believes that if you get the job done, that is the most important thing. If I have to run an errand during the middle of the day, or I'm having a few hours where I'm not feeling super productive and I should jump on the treadmill and come back to the project so I can be a lot more effective within that space, I think that is an excellent formula and recipe for success. However, on the alternate side of that, it also means that there are times where I have to open up my computer at 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night because maybe I didn't get to everything I wanted to during the day. There are also times where I have to pick my computer up or I have to do some work over the course of the weekend. This is totally normal. But again, if you're focused a little bit more on mission completion, that hour that I missed because of the errand doesn't really matter because I'm making up for it in other parts of the day. And my boss trusts me enough, and I've built up enough sweat equity and trust to be able to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to get my job done at the highest level that I can. And whether or not it takes me 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours, it doesn't really matter. It's that the job is fully completed and I'm giving 100% effort towards the company that I work for. The last factor that I would consider is your level of satisfaction. Ultimately, this is probably one of the most important factors to consider. If you're enjoying your job and you're feeling satisfied and you're feeling fulfilled in the work that you're doing, it will probably result in more longevity at the company. And on the opposite end of that, if you're not feeling fulfilled and you're not feeling passionate about the work that you're doing and you're unengaged in the work, it might be time for a change. That can be at your specific workplace or even as your career as a whole. I'll make a video down the line on this specific topic later, but don't be afraid to change careers in your 20s. Your 20s is a perfect opportunity for you to go out and try new things, fail over and over and over and over again until you find a job, an opportunity, and work that you feel fulfilled and satisfied in and can do for a long period of time over your life. The more quickly that you can decide whether or not you like the work you're doing, the more quickly that you can go through different jobs and again, figure out exactly what you want to do for the long term of your career. Now, those are the 4 things that I think you should consider. Before we go, I want to make one final call out. If you're considering leaving a job and you're feeling unsatisfied and you're feeling unengaged and the company culture isn't the best, I understand where you're coming from, but the one and the biggest piece of advice that I can give a 20-something is don't be afraid to have hard conversations with your boss or leadership team. A lot of times I see really talented young professionals job hop from opportunity to opportunity because they're unsatisfied with one aspect of their job, which again, more power to you. I'm not here to give you advice on a given situation that you're in. I don't know the full details. However, one piece of advice I would give you is the grass is not always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. A lot of the conflict and factors that we talk through throughout the course of this video can be handled through one constructive conversation. And again, before you leave, I would just encourage you to have those hard conversations with your leadership. 2 things will happen. You'll either get your current situation rectified and everything will be good, or you're going to stamp the fact that it is time for you to move on from the job opportunity and this just isn't the place for you to be in this current moment. And then you get to leave that opportunity knowing that you gave everything you had to it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, throw us a like, subscribe to our channel, pass it forward to someone who may need this information. If I missed anything, please use the comments to drop factors that you consider before leaving a job. And as always, we appreciate you for dropping by this video and we will see you next time.